You will start this activity with opening a file that I gave you, character new blend. And if you select this character, if you go under the wireframe and edit mode, right, you will see it's really a mesh, a character. And your activity, your assignment for today is to build the skeleton inside. So I'm back in the object mode. I deselect everything and I do Shift A and I add armature single bone, right? I actually can move a little bit my character here. There is my single bone. I'm gonna drag it, I'm still in object mode, and position it where I think it should be, something like this, right, inside of it. If I click on this little plus, right, there is my item armature. If I click on edit mode and select, I suddenly get the bone, and I'm going to rename it and I'll say that's my root. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select this one tip of my bone, just a tip, and position it somewhere here. I hit E for extrude and drag it and make it my bone up to here. And then click, and this one will be my spine. And then again, click here, E, select the bone, and that will be your shoulder dot R. No, actually that's left, I'm sorry. Shoulder dot L, that's L. And if you want, you can adjust it. You can also check how it looks like from the side. And again, here, extrude, select that one. That will be my upper arm dot L. Select again just the tip of the bone. Hit E to extrude. That's my lower arm dot L. And here, E, extrude, select, and there is my hand dot L. All right, so here is that important step because I want everything to go under one root. To do that, I will select the tip, the starting point of my root bone, Shift S, and I will say cursor to selected. Then I'll step and select the tip of root bone. I do E to extrude, and then I do Shift S, selection to the cursor, and that will snap to that initial point. Now I hit E, and this will be my hip dot L. Now this is a good moment for us to stop and check if everything goes the way we want to go. So under armature, unclick here and be sure that here you have only one root. When I open that root, I have spine, and that builds my character up here, and I have my root that goes here, but there is only one root here. If you have that, that means you everything is going well. So again, go back. I'm still in edit mode, and I selected the tip, the end of my bone, E to extrude, and extrude. This will be my upper leg dot L. And then I select this one, E to extrude, and I can again check if that goes a little bit too much, and select the bone. That will be my lower leg dot L. And I think this one is better if we do select the tip of my end of my bone, but go in the top view and extrude here. And let's select the bone. Here we go. Let's see how it looks like from here. From here, maybe a little bit like here. And that will be my foot dot L. Select the tip, maybe go to the top view, extrude, come here, check the point 1, view 3, and that will be your toes dot L. Alright, and go back here, let's make neck and head. So E, select the bone, neck, select the tip, E, head. Alright, this is a good moment for us to say File, Save As, and use the option like that. Alright, so we have this, and if I step back into the object mode and I can select my mesh, hit M to move to layer and select some other layer. So now my mesh is in my other layer. I select my skeleton, I can go into the edit mode, I select all left side, then I do Shift D and click, and then I come under the armature, mirror, X local, click, and then grab X and move. Alright, and then under armature, flip names. So now if I select my bone, I have upper arm.R, while here I have upper arm.L. And again, this is a good moment for us to check if everything is still going on. I still have only one root. There is a spine, there is a root 1, there is hip L, hip R. But when I close all this, there is only one root, and then that goes under armature. Alright, so let's go back to the object mode. Holding the Shift on the keyboard, select the second layer. Right? First, select your mesh, Shift right click to the skeleton, Control P to parent, and I will use with envelope weights. What happens is if I deselect and select my mesh, go into the edit mode, and right here under this tab, object data, I will have a set of vertices that were assigned, that were created, a group of vertices, and I can check how Blender was good, or I have to do additional selection, and probably I will. So I select toes right and I hit select, and that will tell me all the vertices that are part of that group. Now it goes that painful process where you have to select step by step all of them, and let's say this one is not in a part of your group, so I will hit remove. That's not deleting, it simply says remove these vertices from this group. So now if I check toes right, select, that vertices will not be part. But I do have to add these ones. So I will hit C or B, whatever works the best for you. Select the vertices I want to be inside of mine, and I hit assign. So now if I deselect and if I select, I have these ones, which means if I go back to the object mode, back to the bones, and back to the pose mode, if I select this bone and rotate, only the vertices that are associated with that bone will follow. So going again, so now you have to go into step by step all these vertices, select. So the next one is foot root, so I'll select and I will see again there are the vertices that shouldn't be there. So I will say A and then maybe C, and I say okay, these ones I don't want to be there, so I'll remove. I also want to be sure that none of these goes here, so I'll remove. Now let me check what does go. So these go, so but I have to add the ones that I want them to go. So you have to be careful to always have to include all of the vertices that you want, but also be sure not to have some vertices assigned to two bones. So I'll hit assign and then hit I and select, and that. So I will go step by step through all my object, and as I'm going, I will be assigning the vertex group. Once when you're done, I will open the one that I already rigged. Once when you go through all of these vertices, all of them have to be selected, right? So this one, select. And so on. To check if everything goes well and if everything is ready, you can go into the object mode, select the bones, go into the pose mode, and come here and select your root. And if your root goes like this and you're still missing some points, that means you have to go and assign those vertices. So all what you have to go object, go back to your mesh, go to edit mode, and then find that area that is probably missing some. I think mine was spine, select, I missed some here. And then root, select, and I can see to be sure that all of them are selected, and hit assign, hit A to deselect, go back to the object mode, select your skeleton, go to the pose mode, select your root, and again check. Now this time everything follows. So this is good because I can see that first my skeleton is correct, that just selecting a root all skeleton follows, but also my skinning is good because my whole surface, my whole mesh follows it. So that is the part of skinning. Next thing is rigging the system and creating the eye keys and constraints.